Cameron and Jannese here from Magnetic Experience. Today we're going to talk about the magnetic therapy and migraine headaches. Over the 10 years I've been speaking to thousands and thousands of customers who suffer migraine headaches, and of course Jannese's family has been involved in magnetic therapy for over 30 odd years, so Jannese has an extensive knowledge on this, and in fact she gets migraines herself. So what we have is quite a number of products that we can use or suggest for you to use to reduce the symptoms and the problems associated with migraine headaches. Now, from my experience, you know, our body is a very acidic body, and migraines is a symptom as a result of too much acid. So by using magnetic therapy, it will reduce the inflammation and the acid, which will reduce the inflammation and pain. So I think the best thing is just to go talking about migraines in particular and the product altogether. Do you want to go first?
Well, personally myself, I find the idea is not to get the headache. So the way I've found it's very good to stop the build-up that causes the headache is to use our magnetic body studs. Now the way we use the body studs to prevent the headache from building up and happening is with the body studs and placing them on the active pressure point in the wrist. Now this is known as the tranquility point in the wrist, and basically what you do is you take your hand, place 3 fingers over the hand, and where the 3rd finger ends is where you place the magnet. Like that with the band-aid on it, and you leave it there. And on both wrists you can do that. And I find whenever I do this and wear the magnet on the wrist like that and leave it there, I don't get the headache. So there's obviously something to be said for that tranquility point. That point's also good for other things as well, like nausea. People when they're travelling, we get a lot of people using the magnet on the point there when they're going through chemotherapy as well. But I myself have used this for preventing the headache from occurring. And I can quite honestly say to you that when I've had the magnet on the wrist and wear the magnet on the wrist, I simply don't get the headache. So the acupressure point there in the wrist works very, very well for me. These body studs you can use when you've got the headache. I had a gentleman purchase from me, and he suffers very bad with migraine, and he actually places them onto the temples when he gets the headache, one on each temple, like that. And actually I think I need to put one in the middle and one at the back of the neck as well, and take his headache away.
Exactly.
So everyone is different though, and obviously, you know, what works great for one person might not work for another. So that's why I think it is good if you can try both, use that and also put the magnets on the wrist as well as a backup. But the ones on the wrist work best for me.
The good thing about the body studs, you can put them anywhere. So a pack of 12, I'm sure if you've got migraines you've got something else, so you can put them on your wrist, your back, and use them over and over again, they don't run out. Now, migraines, we talk about most people get it in the back of their neck and the back and up the top here. So a simple suggestion for the daytime is to wear a magnetic necklace. People suffer with stress, they get the tension in the back of their neck, constricts the blood flow, and of course you get the migraine headache as a result of that. So by wearing a magnetic necklace, it's just good therapy for over daytime. Okay? So over night time, to reduce the frequency and intensity of the migraine, we sleep on our magnetic pillow. 24 1,000 gauss magnets in it. And what it's doing is, remember I spoke about the inflammation or the acid area? By sleeping on that, it reduces the inflammation in your neck and head area. It's a general product for migraine. Now the funny thing is, you know, sometimes when things are close to home, you can't get anything to work. Janice's sister is the classic migraine sufferer, to the point that they give her an injection and knock her out when she gets severe. Or she takes a very severe drug that she has to go get from the chemist on a weekly basis. Now, for 3 months I bugged her to and again, we owned a magnetic therapy business. Her family's been involved in magnetic therapy for years, and we bugged her, get a magnetic pillow. We sent them down and she sat it in the side of the room. And after three months of bugging her, she said, oh right, I'll put it on the bed. The chemist rang up and said, you haven't come in to get your weekly prescription. Within a week, it reduced the frequency and intensity of the migraines by about 70%. I didn't even get a thanks. But anyway, so sleeping on a magnetic pillow, just a general maintenance, but for migraine sufferers. Now, most people get the migraines in the back of their head, but there is a percentage of people who get what's called cluster migraines, which are in the back of the eyes. severe pain, affects your vision, and of course light sensitivity. So we have 9 magnets in our magnetic eye mask, and simply just wear it to bed. Very good for that. Wear it as therapy. It'll also knock you out as well because it's beautiful. Works with the pineal gland, which produces melatonin that makes you sleep. And interesting enough, and a lot of people who have migraine sufferers, or who are migraine sufferers, also suffer sinus problems, allergy and sinus problems. So what you'll find is the lymphatic drainage from the magnetic eye mask will also flush out the inflammation in your sinus ducts as well. Now, I think we've covered everything. Necklet, we spoke about the magnetic necklet. Quickly, hematite is one style, which is magnetic hematite, which is very basic. Or we do have a lovely stainless steel range of bracelets and necklets, which look like a beautiful piece of jewellery, but there's a magnet in every single link, so it's very therapeutic. So if you've got any questions, Jannese and I are very knowledgeable in the area. Feel free to email us or just give us a ring. Migraine sufferers, give us a ring. Bye bye.